Welcome to our study on functions. Today we look at composite functions. So composite functions are functions of a function. For example, if I have a function f of x and another function g of x, then f g of x is a composite function, and g f of x is also another example of a composite function. So given that h of x is equal to 3x minus 2 and g of x is equal to x over x minus 1, given that x is not equal to 1, so there's this condition because we don't want to have 0 as a denominator, h of x. So find h g of x. So before we go to our working, I'd love to highlight something on the function notation. So h of x is equal to 3x minus 2 is also, or can also be denoted as x, such that x mapped onto 3x minus 2. So this notation should not confuse in case you find it in your exams or in other books. So finding hg of x, you always work out the function closest to the x. In this case, the function closer to x between h and g is g. So your first expression will be you dealing with the function g of x. So hg of x is then equal to h, we open our brackets, g of x is given to us as x over x minus 1. So where there's g of x, we substitute with x over x minus 1. So we have x over x minus 1. That's h of x over x minus 1. What we have is h of x. In this case, our x, or what's in place of the x, is x over x minus 1. So equally in the equation, we replace our x with what we've replaced x with in the h function. So we should have 3 times what we have here. So this expression then is going to be 3 times our x, in this case is x minus x over x minus 1, and it's subtracting 2 from the definition. So we simplify that one. 3 times x is 3x over x minus 1 minus 2. Let's make this one over 1. Find our common denominator, which is x minus 1. X minus 1 into x minus 1 is 3x. We have minus 2. 1 into this is just x minus 1. So we have 3x. 2, negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 1 is positive 2 over x minus 1. And that will simplify to 3x minus 2x is x. We have plus 2 there over x minus 1. So therefore, our function h g of x is equal to x plus 2 over x minus 1. And you're done. We come to b. So b, we're getting h of x. The function closer to x is h. So our expression will be x brackets. Our h of x is 3x minus 2. So while there is h of x, we replace with 3x minus 2. Then g of x minus 2. What we have here is g of x. So while there is x, now we have 3x minus 2. Equally in the expression here, where there is x, we replace with 3x minus 2. So this now becomes 3x minus 2 over its x, so it's 3x minus 2, because where there is x we have that now, minus 1. And this simply means our gh of x is equal to 3x minus 2 over 3x minus 3. And you can leave it here, or you can factor out the 3. Okay, we come to our second question. Our second question says, using the functions f of x is equal to x plus 2 and g of x is equal to x minus 3, find f, g of 4. So what we have here is 4. So again, we deal with the function closer to what you have here in the brackets. In question number 1, what you had was x. Here the x has been given to us as 4. So we find our g of 4 first. So we're going to have solutions. We're going to have our f. Our g of x is x minus 3. What we have here is g of 4. So where there is x, we have 4 now. So I'm going to have f 4 minus 3, and this will give us f of 4 minus 3 is 1. So now we have f of 1. Our function f of x is given by x plus 2. So what this means is where there is x in the function f, we replace with the 1 to have f of 1 is equal to 1 plus 2, which will give us 3. Therefore, our f g of 4 is equal to 3. And you are done with A. We come to B. B, we have f squared of x. So f squared is f times f. So we have the functions f mapped onto itself, f. So we have f of x. So again, we work out what's closer to the x. So we have f, open our brackets, our f of x is x plus 2. So we have x plus 2. So we now have function of x plus 2. What we have here is function of x. Where there's x, we have x plus 2. Meaning even in this part of the equation, where there's x, we write our x plus 2. So our f x plus 2 now becomes x now is replaced by x plus 2. Then we have a plus 2. Sorry about that. Then we have a plus 2 in the equation, so that we can have f, which is x plus 2 is 4. So therefore our f squared x is equal to x plus 4, and you are done. So in your own free time, just try to work out, let me call it C, and let's have g f of x. Thank you.